Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield myself such time as I may consume. I rise today to offer Amendment 137, which takes the simple yet important step of directing the Defense Health Agency to report to Congress on options for allowing active duty service members to participate in Veterans Affairs psychedelic-assisted therapy clinical trials. I repeat, these clinical trials are already happening in partnership with the VA, and there's no reason that we should not be looking into the benefits of this research for our men and women that are already currently serving our country actively. And I want to be really clear about why I'm supporting this, what is actually a very small step to research psychedelic-assisted therapy for our active duty service members. This is not about legalization. This is not about recreational use. It's about honoring our promise to our military families and confronting the high incidence of suicide in the military and veteran community. There's a reason for the high rate of suicide. It's the trauma of serving. More than 20 veterans kill themselves every day. And 27% of post-9/11 veterans are diagnosed with PTSD. We have a crisis, and the idea that we wouldn't research potential breakthrough treatments is unacceptable. The status quo is inadequate, and it won't stop service members and veterans from committing suicide, but I believe this research will. And I have good reason for believing that. Let's look at the data. The most recent Phase 3 clinical trials with MDMA found that 86% of the study participants had reduced PTSD symptoms, and 71% didn't even qualify as having PTSD anymore. People think, they hear the word psychedelics and they think Woodstock. But this is not a 1960s LSD trip that many people might be imagining. As some groups are actively lobbying Congress, no, this is not the work of the devil. It is not the work of the devil when this treatment is actually saving families and keeping families together. This therapy is supervised by a medical practitioner. It occurs with repeat treatments in a very controlled setting. And oftentimes, it's a 1 or 2 time treatment. Follow-up results reveal that the positive effects actually continue for years, even after just 1 treatment. And these clinical trials are already changing the lives of people I know. I have so many close friends of mine who could say that they're alive today because of this treatment. Their marriages have survived because of this treatment. The idea that we wouldn't even research it, that we would keep this out of the hands of people who need it, is appalling. Frankly, it's appalling. We should be listening to these stories. They have come up on Capitol Hill multiple times. For the members who say, well, we need to learn more, we don't know enough, well, then why would you get in the way of more research? And you haven't come and listened to these veterans and these service members when they have come up and told their stories. They've come up many, many times. We shouldn't make them come up here and spill their guts anymore. We should listen to them and we should act on it. So I unapologetically support this research. We shouldn't think twice about it. We owe this to our service members. We owe it to their families. And this is a really small but a positive step in the right direction. And I think the VA and Department of Defense need to coordinate on this research into this psychedelic-assisted therapy. That's all this amendment does, and I encourage my colleagues to support it, and I reserve the remainder of my time.